a simple chhajja over the windows, putting China mosaic, which is white in color, on the roof, right? These kinds of things were not told in any textbook. This was just very natural, the way homes were built in a tropical climate like in India. But as we've urbanized, we've sort of forgotten our roots and we've more aped the West. Every homeowner who is aspiring to build his own house or is, even looking at buying a house in a premium property wants a full glass facade. You ask them when the moment they shift into the house and the ACs are not running, what's the condition, right? So these are things that we've just sort of made fancier, and I think architects to some extent are to be blamed with, because we show them that this is aspirational. This is what success means. If you're building a house, it should look like this, right? But we've forgotten how the person will live inside that space. So one, of course, that the basic thing about thermal comfort. I come from a building science background and we do a lot of simulations, but I tell my clients that, you're putting an all glass facade. Do you know how much amount of heat that is coming? Just a fact, you will be surprised. If it outside temperature is 43 degrees Celsius, your roof's surface temperature, if it is not insulated or not painted, can go as high as up to 70 degrees Celsius. Imagine what the condition of that house would be. An all concrete, all glass facade, right? Insulation is not something that is very native to Indian context, but the kind of construction that is happening needs to be at a faster pace. We're talking about steel and concrete, which is largely like 70 to 80% of the material that goes inside the house. Natively do not have that thermal insulating properties, so it is imperative that architects look at other materials which can be used as layers to insulate the house. There are technologies in the glass which have tremendously been upgraded. You get low E coated double glaze high performance glazing units, which definitely cut down a lot of heat from the outside. And just the simple facade shading system, which we have sort of tried to forget, and we think that it looks more beautiful without those things. Other aspects of sustainability, obviously we are bearing the brunt of energy security today. For the last 6 months, what's happening in the global west has given a very clear message that if you don't have reliance on your energy sources, you know where to stand in the world. Fuel prices are going up, electricity prices will follow, and the bearing that brunt, it will come down to the homeowners, right? Electricity right now for residential buildings are subsidized. Commercial is selling at 8 rupees a unit. Imagine the moment that 8 rupees a unit comes to your residential building, the amount of ACs that we are using. So I think the building envelope for a house is the most critical aspect, which obviously the fraternity, the manufacturers, the OEMs, the architects, the contractors are really somebody who has to take this responsibility and educate your customers, educate your clients that these are in your benefit only. This is not something superficial. It's not just for a green certificate or a rating. It is for your own benefit. And it makes logical sense, right? If you save your electricity bills, you save money, you have more disposable income. So it's a no-brainer, I think. So, and definitely, embodied energy is something that we are moving towards as a metric of understanding. Carbon trading, the moment it becomes a more active method in terms of ensuring carbon emissions are curtailed. The possibility could exist in the next 10 to 15 years that you could trade carbon credits for the house you build, right? If you're saving CO2 emissions, you might get credits and you can exchange that for money. So I think these are not superficial things. These are things that make a lot of sense, and we don't have to do a lot of AI or science to get these things correct. Just go back to your roots. That's it.